Alrighty guys, welcome back to a brand new Big Cherry Retro React here on The Ankle. Hey Amber!
Hello. Hi.
I mean, as we saw, I don't think it was yesterday, I think it was the day before, Amberlynn did post, and she has revealed to us her two new girlfriends, I guess. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a whole freaking mess in and of itself. But we probably won't hear from our girl for another week or so, who knows. For today's videos, I wanted to check out what a 500-pound girl truly eats in a day, good lord, and stop telling me who I am. So this is going to be two very interesting videos, guys, and I have a feeling the second one, our girlie's gonna pop off. Let's see what our girl has to say, shall we? Thank you so much to all of the new subscribers and whatnot. We're like almost to 400. We're a little over 350, I think. That's so dope, guys. Thank you so much. If you are new, feel free to subscribe, join the party. Seems like a lot of people are having a good time here. Let's just dive right in, guys, shall we? Because these two videos are a bit on the longer side, so I don't want to be here all night. Looking at Amber's freaking face. And I'm sure you don't either. Although, this will be out in the morning, not nighttime. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, guys, let's dive right in.
Hey guys, so
Hey, Amber.
I wanted to be transparent. I am very nervous about making this video.
Oh, girl. So, get ready for her to lie. Whenever she says she wants to be transparent, that's always like a dog whistle for, I'm going to lie.
And if you guys are seeing it, it's because I had the balls to upload it. It is Mother's Day.
Balls, sure, girly.
I am so just emotionally broken today. I don't want to go into, details why. I'm sure you guys.
Why is Becky over at her mom's instead of taking care of your every single need?
Can probably process why. So I'm going to be doing a lot of emotional eating, and I already know it's going to happen because I have some.
Girl, why do you set yourself up to fail for like that? Like, why don't you try to get some distractions instead of just, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna binge.
For me. So I kind of want to make this video to show you guys how it is for me on a day where I just do not care. I want to eat all my feelings.
Amber, that truly seems like almost every single day, sweetheart.
Binge. I feel possessed for the whole day. Like I don't care. Like I'm not myself. Kind of like I'm on the outside watching myself. And
that's real, like, disassociative. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, ugh. Past couple of days I've been in a real, like, kind of trance state almost. Like, it's just when you disassociate, it feels like you're living in a dream world, like you are watching yourself from the outside. But my God, it's just the fact that like her brain shuts off like that just when she eats.
I just want to show you guys kind of what that looks like for me, and it's unfortunate.
Amber, the thing is, you've not categorized it. You've cataloged it so many times in your YouTube career that like we don't need to see it, girl. Like, you doing all this now, it's all just for, like, the shock and awe of it.
Kind of just what it is. So this is a what I ate today binge. I don't know what to call this. So,
girl, it's a binge, and she has it all right in front of her. She's just, like, hoisting herself up now to...
I'm gonna show you guys the first thing I'm gonna eat. So I ordered Mexican food. Here are the chips.
Jesus Christ, all of this in bed.
Mexican rice, and we have some tamales. Honestly, this looks freaking delicious.
I had some tamales at this little Mexican place that we went to not long ago, and I mean, mostly it was the drinks that I really fucking loved. I'm not like a drinker, guys. Like, I don't like alcohol really, except for on like very rare occasions. I don't know what it was. Like, I had a margarita before my meal came. I had a margarita like right as my meal came, and then I had a like dessert coffee martini at the very end. I was fucking drunk.
So I am super pumped, and I'm gonna watch a TV show while I eat this and numb all my feelings. So here I go. Okay, so this is how much I've left of this and the rice. I did eat some chips. So it has been no more than a minute since I stopped eating my food, and I have...
Girl, already on to the next. And you had to have Becky go and get you all this shit. Like, that's ridiculous, dog.
I have Twix.
Oh my god, the fucking like family packs of shit that she's going to eat all of them. You better believe it.
I have Snickers. I have a Simply Caramel Milky Way, and a regular Milky Way. So I will show you guys exactly how many I choose to eat.
Girlie, you're going to eat them all.
Each pack of these has 6 in them, so you guys will be able to tell how many I've eaten by how many are left. So I'm gonna eat some of those. So I ended up having all of the Twix. This is the stage where I feel guilt. I honestly was feeling sick.
Do you, Amber? Because it doesn't really seem it.
So much. The minute I started eating the Twix, but I just kept doing it. I was having guilt, and now I'm ashamed and mad at myself.
Why are we like monetizing this? Like, truly, there should be a specific clause within YouTube policies that you can't make content directly about your addiction, directly like participating in your addiction. Like, that's just wild.
I wish I could take it all back, but as it's happening, you just can't control it. It is by far one of the most frightening feelings in the world. And I'm documenting this because I feel like a lot of people on weight loss journeys struggle with this, where they binge. It doesn't mean they have a binge disorder, but when you restrict yourself during a diet, you're going to have stages where you do binge or you massively overeat. No one is perfect. It's just not.
Yeah, but Amber, not too many people are 600 pounds fucking telling us this. That's the ridiculous part.
Happens. I'm not going to say everyone does this, but there's a large quantity of people, and I hear people talk about it, but I don't see people like truly dive into it. And I want to see more of that.
Because, Amber, it takes a certain type of fool to actively document this type of downfall in their lives. For people to point and laugh at, not ideally, but realistically, because that's what your audience does.
Sad to watch, but in a way, I feel like documenting it makes you like process it more, because normally right now I would just continue watching my show, and yes, I would sulk and be super mad at myself, and
you still are, girl. Like, what the so what does recording? It's almost like she wanted to binge just so she could record this video. She was like, I want to record a video about what it's like when I go through a binge, so I'm gonna binge. Fuck it.
just be miserable. But I really wouldn't dive into why I did it and my feelings behind it. And I know why I did it. I'm processing why I did it. And I know that that was only my first meal of the day.
Girl, if you can process it and all this bullshit, like, immediately after the meal, why can't you try to do it before? Like, recognize the pattern that it's not going to make you feel good. So, like, why do it?
I think that's what kind of scares me. I do have the leftovers because I didn't finish all the Mexican food. I'm just like so full.
Girl, yeah, I'm sure. You have leftovers, but you had to have the candy.
I feel so disgusted with myself. The regret is real. And you guys are probably not going to see this for a long time because I'm going to be scared to post it. But reality is. This is what I'm going through today. And, you know, as of right now, and my thoughts.
She looks so rough, dude. This is so sad. And this is literally like, we're only a couple videos away from the cancer diagnosis. So, like, dude, this really was like, I don't think it was her rock bottom, to be honest. I think it's going to get much, much worse in the future. But this certainly was like, I don't know, a cliff on the way down that we just kind of like crashed into.
I don't want to eat for the rest of the day. And this is what I do. You know, I'll binge and I'll be like, okay, I don't want to eat for the rest of the day. And then, oh, I do. And I eat a lot. And, I don't know.
So why can't you try to be cognitive about it when it's happening or when you feel these emotions coming on? Why is it always you have to wait till afterwards?
It's such a bad just destruction. It's a complete destruction to my life. And I wish I could stop it. I wish I could control it more. But sometimes I'm just weak. And it's almost like sometimes I allow this to happen too.
It's not sometimes, sweetie. Every single time you binge, you allow it to happen. Because eating is like something that you don't have to do, you know? Like, you don't have to eat right away, or, you know, as much as you do.
I will definitely keep you guys updated. Hey, so I
Will you, Amber?
finally gotten ready for the day. That's why I look different.
So is Destiny and Dana coming back over to make out?
So this is the stage in my day. This is like complete honesty in this video. I'm almost like ashamed and embarrassed, but it is what.
Girl, you should be. You should be ashamed and embarrassed of your entire YouTube career.
Okay, so this is the stage after the binge. It's been a couple hours where you're like, okay, so I want to change my life. I don't ever want to overeat again. And so in my head, I do these drastic measures where I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop eating everything processed. I'm just going to eat simple things like chicken breast baked in the oven. I'm going to have broccoli and veggies on the side. And I'm going to have like brown rice and just eat super clean.
All this just from one meal.
That is the stage that I'm at now. So hello. And this is what I constantly and continuously do all the time. I might be down over 70 pounds, but these problems and these issues are still here. And I feel like they're going to be still here to stay. But as long as I am making continuous progress, that's a good thing. But
girl, 3 years later, no progress has been made.
Right now in my brain, I'm just like, okay, I really need to shape up. I need to just eat clean and healthy and stop eating processed. And that's where I'm at right now. So figured I'd give that update. And obviously I'm not going to like follow through on that because this happens all the time. And then I bet you in an hour, I'll be like, actually, no, never mind. I'll continue Weight Watchers. And then an hour after that, I'll be like, actually, let's go back to intuitive eating. That's my mind. That is my brain.
Girl, you're just bored. So you can't make up your mind about shit. That's all it is. You're just fucking bored.
And that's just what I deal with every single day. So
ew, can you... I hate it when she goes horizontal, dude. Everything shifts and it just looks so weird.
I want to say about 3 hours since I last spoke to you guys. I'm still feeling super...
And you're still in bed, so you got ready for what day? You got ready to lay in bed some more? Okay.
From what I ate earlier, I think it's just because I'm not used to that type of food because honestly...
Girl, bye.
The day I could have ate even more. I decided I'm not going to be eating the leftovers that I had from the Mexican food because even just thinking about it is making me feel worse and nauseous, so I'm just gonna throw it away. I did end up taking a little bit of a nap.
Why not give it to Becky, huh?
40 minutes. Felt pretty good, and then the weather woke me up because it got super windy. I thought a tornado was blowing through, so. And as you can tell, I've spent my whole day in bed, and I'm gonna spend my whole night in bed as well.
Exactly, so why... You got ready for the day. Girl just threw on a shirt and some earrings that were laying nearby. That's all she did. She didn't fucking get up.
The thing I've drank today, which is not good, is maybe half of this, and that is it. I've had no water, nothing.
Girl, I don't believe that. Show the 5 other cans that are off to the side.
All because it kind of feels like my kidneys hurt, and that usually happens if I drink too little or too much. So I'm probably gonna be having some water here in a minute. Today's not good. Today is not good.
Yep, as soon as you called to Becky for her to get it.
My mind is already back at...
Speaking of which, guys, I'm going to go get some water. I need some.
Okay, I'm just going to do Weight Watchers. Everything's going to be totally fine. I'm going to continue Weight Watchers. I'm actually going to follow through. Tomorrow's going to be day number 1 again. That's my mind right now. That is my mind. And that's just what I go through. Every day, all day. Okay, not every day. It used to be every day.
Girl, you need to get up and fucking do something. Honestly, you need to distract yourself. Because you're just sitting here fucking thinking about all the shit in your immediate life, which is really just YouTube, and that's fucking sad. And, like, you're obsessing over stupid shit. Like, dude, play a video game or something. I don't know, Amber. Like, keep your mind busy.
Not more. What is it, baby girl? Oh, yeah? Are you speaking to mama? Anyways, I don't know if you guys hear my cat. Oh, my gosh. I'm gonna go cuddle her. Okay, you guys, so the next thing I'm eating, and before anyone says anything, yes, I changed my clothes again because I filmed another video. Sometimes I'll film like 3 or 4 videos a day, just depending on my mood. Sometimes I'll just...
Yeah, she had to match to some other outfit she wore.
But I always make sure to change my clothes if I remember to, because I don't want to be wearing the same thing in every video, but I have to get something off my chest. You guys have either saw that or will be seeing that. Who knows? So, next thing...
Oh, so that's the video tomorrow.
Having is a whole box of the pastaroni. It is an angel hair pasta with herbs flavor. It is a whole bowl, literally.
Girl, you don't need that.
A whole bowl. And right now, this is more so like an emotional eating moment.
So why even do it? She's going to recognize it before she even puts the first bite in her mouth. She could stop it right here, but she's going to choose not to.
Because I'm frustrated because of the video I just had to film. Frustrated me. And let's see.
Oh, it's our fault, guys. The video that she had to film to chew us out frustrated her, so now she has to eat because we made her feel bad. Jesus fucking Christ.
It is. Realistically.
It is. It's going to make me feel better. It's carbs.
I already feel better. Not so much.
Yeah. Come back to us after you finish the whole fucking bowl, Biggie.
For you. And a food addict. Okay. I'm also Gonna have
Yeah, this shit shouldn't be allowed on YouTube.
another Diet Coke.
Which, like, if we're being honest, there haven't been any ads in this video, so it got demonetized.
I drink a little bit of water.
Which, good. It shouldn't be allowed up. It really shouldn't. This is like watching someone stick the needle in their arm, you know? It's like watching someone reach for that bottle again. It's so fucking dark and depressing, dude. Like, I know we sit here and we make our jokes and we laugh at her expense because while it is an addiction, it's a much less severe addiction than, like, real ones out there. Amber is, like, she doesn't have a chemical dependency. She has a dependency on how the food makes her feel, but, like, there's no chemical dependency with it, you know? So it's not like, I mean, it is an addiction. I don't want to, like, belittle that struggle or whatnot, but, like, it's not a severe addiction like the others. She can choose to stop doing this, and she chooses not to. Instead, she chooses to try to monetize it and then has to have the bigger people up at YouTube tell her, like, you crossed the line. This is too much.
But I drink it just a little bit. I'll have more water later. I'm having some major heartburn. I feel like it's from the chocolate. And in this moment, I don't care. I'm telling myself.
Oh, I spoke too soon. There was an ad. So YouTube did not demonetize it, which is shit. They should, because this is so gross to watch.
I'm gonna have more chocolate later. This video is so honest.
Yeah, and she's gonna go have more. So honest, you guys. Fuck.
But I'm telling you guys literally my thought process on everything. My next thought process is I'm about to go to my bedroom, stuff my face with this, have candy, which I'll show you, while watching one of my favorite TV shows. So, and that excites me.
Why? Yeah, see, she's happy as fuck to be doing all this. She doesn't care that this literally is the daily cycle and whatnot that led her to having cancer.
So I am about to have some.
Yup, here we go.
Snickers. I'll let you know how many I have. And by the way, they are just the fun size. I mean,
just the fun size, bitch. There's still 6. That's like 2 jumbo size king bars.
Just for people curious, for one of them is 80 calories, which I haven't shared calories on anything today, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea. Well, I go 6. So that's that. So the next.
Yeah, we knew. And more pasta. Jesus fuck, Amber.
It's been I'll say about 4 hours since I last ate, and I'm having just pasta with some melted butter and garlic salt, and then I'm also gonna have.
Even some of, like, the heaviest drug addicts can go more than fucking 4 hours without using
This Nestle.
And she's got that already on the side, ready to go for when she's finished.
Vanilla fudge drumstick. So that's all I'm about to have now. So that is everything that I ate for the day.
I love how she tries to hide under the blanket, like that'll make her look smaller.
It was a lot of overeating, a lot of not caring. My stomach hurts. It's kind of crampy. Regret in full swing, but I did what I did. I showed you every drop of food I put in my mouth.
So she can do all this, but not, like, stop herself from actually eating it all. That's so fucked up, dude.
I don't know if I want to upload this, but honesty is honesty, right? That's all I want in my journey, is to show you guys really what I'm struggling with. And I think the hardest part is, like, when I show things like this, I am brutally judged and attacked and abused in the comments. And then when I don't share things like this, I am attacked again in the comments for not being honest in my journey. So it's like, no matter which way I do it, I am attacked, no matter what. So I'm attacked.
Girl, you don't need to be honest about this shit. Like, Jesus fuck. This is so
might as well
gross.
just show true colors. No, that was scary. But anyways, yeah, that's that. I'm gonna end this video now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna be going to sleep here in a little bit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Ew. Oh. 340,000 views. Holy shit. 3.5 thousand thumbs up. So wait, you recognize your triggers, you recognize your anticipated response, you understand what you're doing, you have the funds to get professional help, you're surrounded by people who love you. Well, that part is wrong. They don't love her. Yet you give in and planned your binge. You planned it. Then you made the conscious decision to film it and you monetized it. Honey, how do Honey, do you see why this is messed up? No, she definitely doesn't. She is my inspiration, and by that I mean she inspires me by teaching me exactly what not to do in the case of dieting. The fact that you can sit and address your binge eating disorder proves you are at a point where you can control it. You are letting it control you. It's a mindset. That's the biggest lesson I learned in counseling. Oh my god, that's too much to read. I'm not reading someone's whole fucking life story. Sorry. I always feel like she does this whenever Becky leaves to go to see her family. Oh, always. Always. It's a huge downward spiral. You should get an Oscar for this. You're not fooling anyone. This is perfectly thought through and manipulated. This is the binge monster stage of Amberlynn's cycle. Enjoy, everyone. It's not that's just how it is. It's the way you decided it to be and continue to stay. Attitude is everything. Exactly. That's why I say her addiction isn't like a real major one. It's all in her head. I feel bad. I wish more people understood what binging feels like. It almost feels like you can't stop it. I feel for you, Amberlynn. I know the struggle. I mean, I don't want to sound like a dickhead because, like, to some extent, I do understand it. I've been there as well. It's entirely mental. Okay, you can physically stop yourself. It is entirely a mental thing. And I know that saying that is easier said than done. And sometimes physical things are a lot easier to fix than actual mental things. I get that. But you just gotta be stronger than your own mind, I guess. My stomach flipped when you said, I'm getting ready to binge. Like I physically feel empathy for you. I know you get a lot of criticism, but I'm truly rooting for you. Ew. I truly do not care. I just want to binge. Trust me, we know. Pro level manipulation. Every time Becky leaves for a bit, usually to be with family, Amber binges. That's entirely it. That's always how it's been. Anyways, guys, the next video is longer and I want to hear her bitch us out. So let's dive right in.
Hey guys, so
Hey Amber. So this is the video that she filmed in between the video that we just watched. Okay.
comment on my appearance in this sort of video because this video is serious in my opinion. It's just something that needs to be said. But I can
Jesus Christ. Literally in both videos she has to talk about how she looks. Also, the dark knuckles, the ring around the neck, the sunken in eyes, the black and blue bruising all over her. Girl looks like a fucking body that you'd find that got swept through a dam. Like, Jesus Christ.
myself through the camera, obviously, and I look kind of weird, kind of wild. I feel like with this outfit,
Girl, you always do.
makeup on, it would definitely make it complete. But
No. No.
I just threw this on real quick so I could film for you guys because this is important and I feel like it needs to be said. And I know a lot of people comment on my scars. So this was a cat scratch or a dog scratch, I don't remember. Majority of these are like long ones. And then these are usually also
Who gets scars from that type of shit, dude? That's so fucking stupid to me.
like a dog or a cat or something. But mosquitoes also love my blood type. So every time that
She's so special, guys. The mosquitoes just love her blood type. Ooh, they can smell it from a mile away. Yeah, fucking type 2 diabetes.
get any sort of wound on me, I will itch and itch and itch it. And then once it has a scab, I will repeatedly pick it over and over and over.
That's so fucking disgusting.
I can't control it half the time, so then it takes forever.
Girl, yes you can. Yes you can. Jesus fuck. Just everything is so out of this bitch's control.
Because I won't let it heal because I'll continuously pick a scab, which makes it bigger, infected, worse, and then I get a scar. It's not cute, it's not fun, it's not fresh. I hate that part of me, but I just wanted to mention that. I guess it's one of those things, mention it before someone else does, because I can already see.
Girl, oh my god, just shut up. As if mentioning it's gonna stop people from talking their shit. People are gonna talk shit no matter what, so just let them.
But what this video is binge eating. I kind of want to talk about a few times when I was younger when I noticed that I was eating more than I should and doing things with food that I shouldn't be doing that just didn't seem right. And I want to talk about the fact that people don't think that I binge because I plan it. I don't always plan it. That's where...
How fucking ironic that she filmed this in between planning and filming a binge. Bro, that's fucking wild. What the fuck?
Confusion. So I do want to start off.
I don't think there's confusion, Amber. You're displaying it right here, right now. Like, oh my god.
A few instances when I was younger. So first one.
And you know what? This will be the end of this segment of the series, because it goes right into like the hospital stuff and whatnot. I'm not going to be, like I said before, not going to be doing that. So we'll go back further into the Becky era and whatnot. Maybe look at some more, I don't know, Vlogmas shit. I don't know. But just know that she was doing all this heavy trolling and whatnot and gave herself cancer immediately afterwards. Just let that sink in.
This is when it was like pivotal, when it really started getting bad, when I was about 9, 10 years old.
Girl, I would say it's been bad since. Like, the 20 years in between you being 9 or 10 has literally just been a fucking wreck.
In an all-girls group home, and all of our meals were planned. All of our snacks were planned. We didn't get to choose when we ate. We didn't get to choose what to eat. It was all just planned for us. And I remember
I bet that fucking ticked you off big time, girly.
times where if there were no one in the kitchen and everyone was busy doing something, like the staff or the other girls that I was living with, I would steal little like granola bars or fruit roll-ups. Like, it didn't matter.
Girl, I bet you did. I bet you did. I bet the expenses for that group home went nearly probably tripled when Amberlynn was there. And then as soon as they booted her ass out to another foster home, it probably went back to normal.
Something quick and easy and ready to just stick in my pocket or stick in the bag I was carrying. And there were 3 bathrooms in the group home.
And you would go and stuff your face in the bathroom. That's fucking wild, dude.
Bathrooms had this little cabinet where you could lift up the bottom of it, and there was like this hole, this like empty space where I would hide the wrappers at. So I would steal the food, I'd go to the bathroom, I would eat it, and I would devour it really fast, and then I would hide the wrappings.
That's fucking wild, dude. What the fuck?
I remember also, I was at the group home. I guess this is when it really started, my binge eating. I did Girl Scouts, and how Girl Scouts was.
Girl, I wouldn't say this is when it started, because you were nearly 300 pounds by 10 years old, so definitely didn't start there.
And was you would have someone order the cookies or whatever it was that they were ordering, and you wouldn't give it to them then. You would have to put in the order, then you receive the cookies, then you give it to the person. So I remember this like it was yesterday. I had an order that someone ordered. It was peanut brittle. It was a pretty
So let me guess, Amber, you ate someone's order that they paid for? Jesus.
big thing of peanut brittle. And I remember I was not wanting to, I think it was a teacher actually who I was supposed to give it to. I was not wanting to give it to them. I was like making excuses. I was a good Girl Scout, okay? I sold a lot of cookies. I gave all the cookies to them. So I'm just saying this was one instance where I'm like, whoa, I look at it now and I'm just like, yikes. So, long story short, I did not give the brittle to the teacher. She never asked about it or anything, which I thought was really weird. What I did do with it though was one day I was supposed to be showering, but what I did was I turned the shower on. I closed the door so the staff thought I was showering, but I was actually in my room in the closet hiding, eating the whole thing of peanut brittle. I'll be honest,
Bruh, that's fucking wild, dude. That is wild.
it's okay. It's not even that great. And as a 10-year-old to eat that much
It's not even that great. Like, girl, clearly it was if you could go in there and eat an entire box of it.
in one time. Yeah, so that's how I noticed that the binging was starting. I always waited till I was alone by myself, but it's like I knew I was going to do it.
Imagine being I don't know, it's probably Eric or Ricky, one of them. Imagine being in the kitchen listening to this story, dude. I would have to be I bet you they had to hold in their laughter a lot in this house, just hearing her fucking talk to the camera.
That's where I kind of want to talk to you guys about planned binging. So I do have a lot of stories.
Girl, you're literally in the middle of a planned binge while you're telling us that you don't plan binge. What the fuck?
Instances where I've binged so bad to literally sickness, and I still continue to binge. Maybe I could share those in a future video, but I just really wanted this video to be focused on the first time I noticed I had a problem, and now the planned binges. A lot of people think that you cannot plan a binge. That is false information. I'm sorry, but you cannot tell someone that they're not binging versus if they are binging. You guys do not know me. You guys do not see.
Oh, here we go. The cunt is coming out.
You guys do not see me when I am binging. You guys don't know my thought process. You don't know anything regarding that.
In the middle of her filming a video where she tells us all of these things, like how she feels, what she's thinking, like, Amber, you're really gonna go and be a cunt like this in the middle of filming a video where you're trying to have people understand? Like, what? Dude, what is your fucking thought process?
My hardest to share certain parts of it, but you guys don't know everything. And there are a lot of people who watch me who do binge. There are a lot of people who watch me who have different types of eating disorders that are the opposite of mine, but we relate to each other. I have met so many wonderful people via personal messages, like private messages.
So many wonderful people, you guys. They all message me. We're best friends.
what the heck am I talking about? Private messages on Instagram, which is the main source where I've met these people, where you guys open up to me about your disorders and you relate to me. There are people who binge, there are people who restrict really bad, but I'm going to be talking about binging and how there are so many of you who relate to me in the sense of you also plan binges. There is another YouTuber that I adore who is a weight loss channel that I'm not going to be mentioning any names because I'm kind of done doing that. They have...
Girl, you didn't really ever do that to begin with. You always like say, oh, this person who I watch, and then don't like give any credit or anything.
Successfully, I wouldn't say beat their binge eating disorder, but they have conquered it in a way that I wish I could. And they talk a lot about how a lot of their binges were planned. So when I binge, I like to do it alone or near Becky. And
yeah, because Becky has to be the one to fetch the food. Are you fucking kidding, dude?
Like that in the beginning, I could tell you that much. I didn't like to be around anybody. But since I've grown older, I always do it around my girlfriend once I get comfortable around them. And I know it's like, it's weird to share and it's not comfortable. How do I explain this? Like, I'm comfortable around my partner doing that, but it's also very uncomfortable. Like, I feel ashamed and stuff like that.
Bro, you should feel ashamed. That is a shameful thing. That's also something a narcissist does. They hide these gross aspects of themselves until they get comfortable, and then that's when the true them comes out.
And since I prefer to do it alone and I prefer to do it in my bedroom, I don't think I've ever binged in the living room. I've never binged in the dining room. I've never binged in the den. It's always my room. It's always in the same spot, and I'm always doing the same exact thing.
Girl, bye. You eat that shit in the dining room too. You binge around like everyone around you.
Binging super hard while watching a TV show, YouTube, doesn't even matter. And it's a fast-paced binge. I eat really fast, large quantities of food. Sometimes I don't even realize how much I ate till it's gone, until I see the wrappers and things like that. And so
that's wild, bro. Wild.
A lot of people binge in private. And if people did not binge in private, if they just binged whenever they felt like binging, then they would be binging in front of friends, in front of family.
And that's what you do, Amber. That's what you do.
Wherever they want to binge, they'd just be binging. I've never binged in a restaurant, never binged at a friend's house.
Amber, if you've already overeaten that day and like binged that day and then you go out to eat again after, that's just a continuation of the binge. So yes, you have.
It's always in my room. That's been how it's been for the last 10 years. It's always in my room.
That's when you plan your binges, yes. Your planned ones are always in your room. Your unplanned ones, when you go out to eat and whatnot, even after you've already had like 3 oversized meals that day, yeah, that's a binge too, sweetie.
And obviously, to create that plan, I have to be sitting there in the middle of the day or right before I'm about to go to a grocery store and I'm like, I'm going to buy all the foods I'm going to be binging on tonight in my bedroom. So subconsciously, people are planning their binges.
And that's what you do to a degree. Your nighttime binging is very different from your daytime binging. I think the girl just altogether binges. Like, there's no normal meals for her. I mean, you don't gain this much weight in that short amount of time just by, overeating a little bit here or there. She had to have been taking in thousands upon thousands and thousands and thousands of calories every single night. Like,
because they do it alone. And don't get me wrong, I want to say about 60% of the time it is not planned. It just comes with a full force that you cannot control it, but you also can't control it when it's planned, because once you have your mind set on that binge, you're right.
Yes, you can, Amber. Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Yes, you can. And is someone like sitting at the fucking table eating their dinner while you're filming this?
Hi, and I think that's where it's also hard for me to explain, because it's not only do I binge eat, but I'm also a food addict. And by being a food addict, I want that high. I'm addicted to what food makes me feel like. I'm addicted to how it makes me numb, but it makes me feel good while I'm...
You don't actually get a high though, Amber. Like, it's all in your mind. Like, that's the craziest part, dude. Is that she doesn't actually get... It's not even like a cigarette addict or, someone with a nicotine addiction. Like, even that has like a true chemical dependency that your body now needs to function. Like, oh, Amber, dude, this is so fucked.
And I think that's another reason why planned binges, also there's a fine line between, am I just planning for my next high versus am I planning for my next binge? For me, because I've been in my body for almost 30 years, I've been struggling with this for my whole freaking life. It's just when I was 10, I finally realized something wasn't right, because I didn't know of anyone else sneaking food, eating so much food that I couldn't breathe after eating it, and I was having stomach pains. But still, for some reason, I just kept eating and eating and eating, and I could not stop. I keep losing my train of thought, because that's what happens when I ramble. I feel like there's never any structure to these types of videos, because I just feel like
Girl, there's no structure to any single one of your videos, ever.
and on and on. But sometimes that's just how I try to get my point across and express, like, my true feelings regarding the subject and kind of like what I went through.
What was that face? She's like, my true feelings. So fuck you. This is how I feel. They're my true feelings.
I think one of the most satisfying feelings for me during a planned binge is anticipating the binge. Like back before, you know.
God, dude. Sounds like she's just like edging herself to this fucking binge that she's gonna have later. While she's literally in the middle of a binge. She edged herself a little bit earlier and she got off with like all the food that she ate. Now she's edging herself a bit more. She's going to get off again later tonight. Like she literally makes it sound like almost borderline sexual, her attachment with food, dude.
The virus started happening when I was at a grocery store and I was choosing what I was going to binge on. That was such a fun and wonderful feeling to me, and I was so excited.
Ew. Amber, ew.
To just stuff my
The fact that she can recognize all this, but like she's going to turn around and do it again.
later, because when I say that I feel possessed,
And she's also literally in the middle of a binge day as she's filming this. Like she's in the mindset that she is talking about now in a disparaging way. Like, what the fuck, dude? I just don't understand. Like, the mental wraparound that this girl must go through to like justify all this to herself.
when I binge, it is a whole stride of things. And once I'm at the store and I'm planning that binge, that's when the possession has started. It's not just this like,
The possession. Oh, this is the binge monster coming out.
I mean, sometimes it is, okay? But this video, I'm strictly just trying to talk about the planned binges.
Girl, wipe the fucking smile off your face for one, because you're actively talking about like how you struggle with this addiction, but you're like in the middle of it as we speak. Like you are in the middle of participating in your addiction, telling us, I don't know, some bullshit fucking made up stories about how you're justifying the shit that you do.
If I wasn't, yes, sometimes it is a very quick, bam, you want to binge and you will do anything you can for it to happen. And it's like you can't control it. But for a planned binge, sometimes it's not.
You can control it, Amber. Okay, so let's stop that bullshit mindset.
Quick thing that you have when it's unplanned. Sometimes it's like you're in the store and you're like, I'm gonna eat that whole thing of Dove chocolate. I'm gonna eat that whole Ben & Jerry's. I'm gonna get those hot Cheetos. I'm gonna get those frozen burritos. I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat every single one of those things.
Well, why is it that you have to eat them all? Like, Jesus fuck.
That is a planned binge. And a lot of people do that. And the only reason why I know this, and I'm not trying to speak for other people, is because I talk to you guys. We are a community, and I am so freaking glad that I have opened up about this, which I opened up about this years ago.
Girl, bye. You shouldn't have, to be honest. You really fucking shouldn't have. Because it just shows even more and more, like, how disconnected you are.
Who relate and understand. I have met people who have healed and they've gone to treatment and they have talked to me about it. I've met people who literally share the same story as I do. I have met people who just started binge eating. I have met so many types of people, no, not in person, but online. And I will forever be grateful for you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would feel crazy. I would feel absolutely crazy, because I see all these.
Girl, not to like call someone crazy, but she is crazy. This is crazy. The fact that you filmed this video in between a planned binge. And you said earlier in this video that you don't plan your binges. And now you're saying that you do. Like, this is the contradictory bullshit stuff that we talk about. And I really don't think that she's trying to troll us, guys. I think she genuinely believes all this. It's just she's so stupid. There's just such a disconnect going on in her brain.
You're not a binge eater. You're such a liar. You don't plan binges. These are people who don't know their information fully, and I understand that. And by seeing those comments, it's like people start to make me question, who am I as a person? Do I know what I'm talking about?
Who am I as a person if I don't know what binge eating is? You fucking idiot.
Of course I do, because this is my story. This is my journey, and I know exactly how it feels to be
we're getting smuggling here.
Control of your body when you are binging. My binges are painful. They are not cute. I literally have different types of binges. Sometimes
you're literally in the middle of one right now as you're filming this, bestie.
Or where I will eat until I'm sick and I'll still keep eating. There are times where I binge where, for some reason,
she literally just did this like 20 minutes before fucking recording this video.
Get full. That fullness will not happen, and I just keep eating and eating and eating and eating until I try to reach that. And when I binge, I know the difference between binging versus overeating because I'm a food addict, or binging versus I'm eating a large.
Do you, girl? Because now, like, 3 years later, you're just coming to the realization that you maybe don't know exactly what is overeating and what is binging. Like, how did we wrap back around to you know nothing about yourself again?
Because I'm a food addict. Because when I binge, I eat faster, I get sick, I am not there and I'm not thinking clearly. Those are my binges. Afterwards, I feel guilt, I feel disgusting, and it's so much more food versus my overeating aspect. And while I'm eating, both of those things feel differently. Binging versus overeating versus overindulgence. Those are all different because I do all of those things. And
I make all of these bad choices for myself. Don't you worry, guys. It's not just one, it's all.
I will always overeat. I'll forever overeat. What I'm trying to
Girl, oh my God. She's never gonna lose any weight, dude. She really isn't.
hunger is the binging, and it's hard and it's scary, and I feel out of control a lot of the time. And it's just like, it's a mess because the mixture of like being
It isn't a mess. You are, Amber.
a food addict with it, I think that's what really just gets me, because it's like, it's almost like the food addict in me also loves the high of the binge. You know, it's twisted. It is so twisted, and I hate myself for it, but I have to realize that this is not my fault. And I need everyone who is watching me who has an eating disorder, no matter what type, it is not your fault. And don't let anyone ever invalidate you, ever. Because you know.
I mean, it kind of is your fault, Amber. It kind of is. When you're almost 30 years old and you have decided to not address any of your issues, it is your fault.
You are going through, you're the only one who knows. No one else.
Oh my God, is she crying right now? Just shut the fuck up.
And I know sometimes.
And this video fucking made her go binge some more. Jesus Christ.
Explain it. You try to open up to people and people don't take you seriously. I completely understand that too. Because people who do not understand eating disorders will not understand eating disorders. They just won't get it. And I also want to say that there could be.
Oh, I understand eating disorders, Amber. I don't understand yours. That's the ridiculous part. Because even when I was like knee deep in my ED, like it was a conscious decision each and every time that I decided to do what I did. Like, it's a conscious effort you have to make when it comes to eating disorders. It's just that Amber has used this routine for so long that it's literally ingrained itself in her brain.
3 binge eaters in a room, and y'all could binge eat differently. Y'all could feel differently while doing it. Everyone has a different story. Not everyone is going to be completely the same, but I think that's what's what I'm grateful for, is that there are people I have met from having such a huge audience that are similar to me, but there are also people who have completely different stories to me, but we're able to bond through that because we know how each other feels.
Oh, girl, bye.
Just that feeling of being not in control, and it's terrifying. It is terrifying. Like, when people say you can control it, I don't know what planet you're from.
You can, though, Amber. You can, okay? This is coming from someone who has dealt with both ends of the eating disorder spectrum. You can control it.
Really, truly don't, but sometimes you can't control it. Sometimes you cannot control it. It's not because I'm fat. It's not because I love food. Because more than anything, I think I hate food more than I love food. This isn't about the taste of food. Duh, a lot of it tastes good, but it's not about that. It's so much deeper, and it's so much more than you guys could ever even comprehend unless you struggle with it. And I know I'll continue to have people say you don't have.
That's such an easy cop-out to say when people give you criticism. So fucking easy to just say, well, you'll never understand.
Disorder, you don't binge, you don't this, you don't that, and that's okay. You're not in my room when I do it, and you're not in my head when I do it. You're not there afterwards when I cry, you're not there during it when I look like an actual pig. So that's that. And I don't want to offend anyone. I'm just saying, for me, I feel like a disgusting pig when I do it. But that's me and myself. It's kind of like one of those situations where your skinny friend is like, oh my God.
Well, don't worry, Amber. We think that about you too when you do it. So we agree on that.
But then you look at them and you're like, no, you're not. So what do you think of me then? A lot of the times, you are your own worst enemy, and my skinny friend who thinks they're fat, they don't look at me like I'm a fat person. They look at me as Amberlynn. You know?
Amberlynn, who is a fat person. Girl, be so fucking for real.
Like, everyone's their own worst enemy. I don't look at other people who binge eat like fat pigs. I look at me like that because I am my own worst enemy.
Girl, you look at waitresses, though, like they're a fat pig, or other girls that are out to eat that are not even as big as you, and you think that they shouldn't be out in public eating, but you are. Shut the fuck up, Amber.
I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that.
No.
It's like, you could have too big of a nose and you hate yourself for it, but then you look at someone else, they have a big nose, but you don't look at them for their big nose. You look at them and you think they're beautiful. You know, it's just like...
What the fuck is she on about, dude? What the fuck is she on about? I could not be around someone that constantly bitches about something that I'm insecure about. Like, are you fucking kidding? Be so fucking for real, Amber.
sometimes you can never just be fully happy with who you are, and you're always critiquing yourself. And
Because just think about it this way. If they were in your body, what would they think?
a whole other subject for a completely different day, you guys. But I just wanted to explain that more, and I feel like I'm going to forget a lot of what I really truly want to say in this video, but I just wanted to get that out. People need to stop telling me, you have this, you don't have that, you have this, but you do have that. That's not up for you. That's not up to you. You don't know how that works. You don't see me in real life. You don't know anything. Like, I'm not.
Gosh, she's such a bitch, dude.
That's not up to you. You're not my doctor.
You're not trying to be rude. Bullshit. You don't know how to be nice about anything. Like, you're just a cunt, Amber.
Therapist, you're not my psychiatrist, you're not my nurse, you're not my dentist, you're not anything. You just watch me, and you watch what I choose to show you. And I don't show you everything. So anyways, I am going to end.
And whose choice is that? So don't get pissy when people aren't connecting all the dots because you decide to not even include half of them. Shut the fuck up, Amber.
Hope you guys enjoyed and maybe understand just a little bit better, but I feel like you don't because this was mainly me rambling. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
And we don't because you're also just stupid. People who don't understand eating disorders will not understand eating disorders. Amberlynn Reed, MD, PhD. For everyone saying Becky is enabling her binging, I feel like Becky might be scared of Amber's reaction if she tells her no, to be honest. Exactly. You can imagine having a girlfriend like Amber who is a 500-pound toddler of manipulation. Becky said before Amber starts saying, oh, you don't love me. If you loved me, you'd get me it. When she says no to her, sometimes it's just easier to get the food than have the argument. She needs to get out, but is being guilted to stay with her because she's become her literal carer. Who looks after Amber when they all leave? No way she can do it herself. It's really sad. I mean, we've gotten to that point now. She's just going to find new people to suck her in. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. You have shown most of us who you are, and we know exactly who you are. Others haven't been around long enough, but they'll eventually see it too. We know who you are. You've shown us. If you don't like who you are, that's on you. Precisely, dog. I came here to pray for you. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Makes me sad that Amber and Becky are gaining weight, but what can we do? We can give advice until we're blue in the face, but it does no good. Amber, please stop using YouTube as therapy and speak to somebody who can respond. You've gained hundreds of pounds trying to lose weight on your own, so it's time to admit you need help. No one is denying that you have an eating disorder. What infuriates us is the fact that you continuously monetize this disorder and refuse to seek help. Precisely. Amber, you've got 3 options. Therapy, get a job, or just shut up and binge until your heart gives out. Ooh. You had the support in the beginning and have no one to blame but yourself for how you are now. You can't blame your past, you can only blame yourself now. Amber, I'm doing intuitive eating. Haters, maybe that's a bad idea given everything you've ever shown us. This is my body, I know my body, this is what works for me. Don't tell me what to do with my body. Amber the next day, guys, I can't control my binges. You don't understand. I'm not eating intuitively. I'm binging uncontrollably. Praying for you, Amber. Ugh. Girl, I hope you don't have cancer. If you don't, I hope this is a wake-up call. We all love you. It's a firm love, but, well, I mean, ugh, she does. ALR, guys, it is binging. This is serious. You don't understand how bad it is. I will always overeat. I can't control it. Us, get help. ALR, nah, I can do it on my own. That's the funniest part, dude. She like sits here and cries about it and then is like, oh no, I can do it. I can do it. After sitting here being like, I have no control over myself. Sometimes I forget she's almost 30. Her mindset and vocabulary make her sound much younger and more immature. Precisely. Our video is already almost at an hour long, guys. I don't want to be editing this all night long. And I also don't want to be holding you guys up in the morning for an hour. Thank you so much for clicking in and joining us today. Feel free to let me know what you thought down in the comments. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.